the newbie. And then she's like, wow, you guessed it on the first try? And I'm like, other than that, it'd be hard to kind of tell him apart from Klondike.
Honestly, I've actually been there like probably once or twice. Yeah, I feel like that aquarium is very tough away almost. But yeah, true. That's true.
I believe this is a lure. It's usually a lua's move. Let's see if we can see from the other side. What's that noise? It must be a filter. I almost thought it was, it's not raining. It sure looks like it could get stormy again. Man, we just can't get a break. Love Pixie Magic. Oliver's been here for what now, 3 weeks? I think 3 weeks now. In fact, you just reminded me, I gotta make sure I download that live before it falls off. Because we were here the first day he was here, and there was several people in here working with him, and he'd already bonded with Klondike, so they were already cruising around. Super cute. So we'll check out the walruses, and we'll head over to Orca Encounter. Pay a tribute to Little Ferdinand. If you haven't been here, Ferdinand was a 53-year-old beluga whale that passed in December. At his passing, he was deemed the oldest ever on record. And I don't mean just marine parks. I'm talking like ever, like any that have ever been studied in the wild. They were thought to have a lifespan of about 30 to 35 years. Alua is now, I believe, 40. So now she is the eldest. And, you know, doing pretty well. She looks pretty healthy. And usually the females will outlive the males. So we'll see how she does. These are the harbor seals, former home of the polar bears once upon a time. Of course, Snowflake is still living in Pittsburgh. She is part of the SSP, which is the Species Survival Plan. She has successfully reproduced several cubs throughout her life, which helps their efforts in trying to stabilize and reestablish some of the wild polar bear numbers. Unfortunately, because of their habitats just dwindling away down to almost nothing, the polar bear is not doing so well these days. So the Pittsburgh Zoo is one of the facilities that is part of that SSP, and Seaworld was part of it, but when they sent her to that part on her last visit, she ended up staying there. So she is 32 years old, and I believe the eldest polar bear ever to live within a marine park or zoo. So she is doing well. I saw pictures and video of her this past winter, and still looked as youthful and playful as ever, frolicking around in Pittsburgh's first snow that back, I think it was in November or December? I don't know, there were some people in here in Pennsylvania. When did you guys get your first big snowstorm? Oh, no, you're good. I can't remember, but that video surfaced on one of the news stations, and it was super cute. She came out of one of her caves and was like rolling around in the snowflakes. Just looked like, you know, a bear probably a third her age, just very playful and not showing any signs of aging at all. So really cool to see that. And then since then, that habitat here has been utilized for other animals, but mainly for the harbor seal. So they've got deluxe accommodations here in Wild Arctic. It's pretty large and spacious. I believe there are 3 in there together hanging out. I think at one time, I was trying to rack my brain. I know at one point there was a different species in there. I just can't remember. There may or may not have been sea otters in there for like a short period of time. There's Dozer. Looks like he got caught peeing in the kiddie pool. He's like, reminds me of Kevin James in what's that movie? The family, and then they're all in the Vegas pool, and they're like, oh no, that's a myth. There's no blue dye in the water. Grown-ups, yes. That movie was actually pretty funny. I'm not always a big fan of some of those Adam Sandler movies, but that one was actually pretty funny. I think some of them they had just too much dumb humor, but that one's actually pretty good. I like them all together as an ensemble cast. That was pretty well done. The second one not as good as the first one. I think the first one's still the best. Grown-ups was pretty funny. Yes, Blood Pinks and Magic. I believe somebody just sent me videos of Orlando, and it looks like the Walrus either just recently came back or never left. I don't know, but I saw a new video.